Hi, my name is Bente, I'm the Norse Witch, and welcome to this Witchcraft Norse Paganism thrift book haul. So I really love books. I love books. I devour witchcraft and paganism books like one after the other. Next. I read so many books. I just love them. But what I also love is trying to reduce the waste that I produce. And I always feel like when I can get something secondhand, why should I buy it new? Especially from like Amazon and stuff. No shade if you buy from Amazon. I also buy from Amazon. It's sometimes you kind of don't really get around buying from Amazon. But if I can go around it and buy somewhere else, I try to do it, especially when it comes to books. Because in Germany, like if you're a German witch or a German pagan, check out Medimobs. I don't know if you know it, but it's great. I get so many awesome books from this online thrift shop, Medimobs. I think they have apart from books like electronics and stuff like that. I don't really know because I only buy books there. But I got so many great books there. There are new books, like books that were newly published, but there are also very old books there. I got so many books there that are like from the 80s and stuff, which is so amazing. I really love reading like old, like 70s, 80s, 90s witchcraft books. It kind of feels really special. I don't know why. And I actually got some of my most favorite books there that I wouldn't have found otherwise, like ever, because a lot of times they're also out of print. You can find out of print books there. Awesome. And oftentimes they are cheap, especially these 80s books that aren't really that popular anymore. You can get them for like $2. One time I bought like maybe for in between 10 to 15 euros. I bought like 6 or 7 books. They were all so cheap and there were so many great books in there. So if you are a witch or a pagan on a budget, if you come from Germany, check out Medimobs. If you come from anywhere else, see whether there are any online thrift bookshops around you. I'm ranting about it. I love it. I'm sorry. And yeah, I went on there again, unfortunately, because I didn't want to spend money. But I did, because when it comes to books, I can't resist. Because I'm always like, it's knowledge. How can I not spend money on knowledge? I still have like a million books that I plan to read because I got them and I haven't read them yet. But still, I bought more books. I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, the 7th one wasn't from there. I could have bought it there. My fault, because I'm stupid sometimes. But yeah, I bought 7 books and I thought I would show them to you. One book with which we could start, I think, wasn't actually for me. It was for one of my coven mates because I saw it on there and I was like, he needs that book. And it's I will butcher that, sorry. Maskim, Babylonian Magick by Michael W. Ford. This one. I hope you can see it. I will read you the blurb. I researched what this text means in English. Why the do you call it blurb? I'm really sorry to any native English speakers, but blurb is the stupidest word I have ever heard. But yeah, I will read to you the blurb so you know what it's about. Maskim, Babylonian magic is a grimoire of Mesopotamian magical practice from beginning to end. Researched and reworked in a modern style which is authentic in approach, Maskim is a left-hand path or a self-deified approach to magic, a very source and foundation of what would later be known as Luciferianism. The historical and mythological beginnings in a basic Mesopotamian outline, presented with a foundation for magical theory, fills the first chapters. Presenting in Maskim is the theological foundations of the human race and the gods from primordial darkness, thus presenting the concepts of Melamu, probably butchered that, sorry, the black flame found in the abyss in mythological sources, Tiamat and Kingu as the greatest of the gods, their rites and the exploration of the gods of order and how they are worked within a Luciferian or left-hand path approach. The grimoire is dedicated to the Maskim, the 7 evil gods of ancient mythology who survived well into early Christianity. The rituals of high magic and demonic sorcery are presented in an initiatory context for any student of magic to understand. The rituals of ascending, of demonic incantations, and vampiric rites are all revealed here. I already learned something just from reading the blurb. Yeah, it sounds really interesting. Maybe I will borrow it from him. I mean, it's really not that kind of topic that I'm into most of the times, but I feel like most of the times reading something that you aren't normally interested in pays off. You always learn something new and maybe get into a new topic, which is also nice. So yeah, and it's thick. It's like nearly 600 pages. I think nearly 500. It's like 450 and something. So yeah, that was the first book that I got. Not for me, in my defense. The next thing is The Way of the Shaman by Michael Harner. Here. It's from 1980. It's one of the 80s books, and I love it. It has so much charm. I mean, the book pages are all like yellow already and stuff, and I found a beautiful little feather in there. Yeah, as I said, it's from the 80s, which I find is very cool. And I will read the blurb to you. This classic on shamanism pioneered the modern shamanic renaissance. It is the foremost resource and reference on shamanism. Now, with a new introduction and a guide to current resources, anthropologist Michael Harner provides the definitive handbook on practical shamanism. What it is, where it came from, how you can participate. Sounds really nice. I really love reading books about shamanism. I think it's so interesting. Yeah, awesome. Sounds like it's a classic about shamanism. I haven't heard of it yet, but we will see. Also, while I'm thinking about it, I already asked you if you want a book review on The 4 Elements of the Wise, the book that I showed you in my May and June favorites video. And some of you said yes. So if you want any book reviews of any of these books, tell me in the comments and I will do it. Okay, the next one I basically bought because it was like $2. And it's Rune Magick by Keith Morgan. It's like this, I didn't know what to expect, and it's like this really thin little booklet, more or less. It's really slim. It's like 50 pages, but I thought like for $2, why not? Yeah, we'll see. I have already read a lot of Rune books and I've worked through all of them, so we will see if I find something new in there, because you never know, right? So yeah, the blurb says, too many books are written in a high-tech manner, making it unreadable for the beginner. Rune magic has been written for the beginner or neophyte of the runes, or for the person knowing nothing or extremely little of the runes. This book not only covers the craft of divination using runes, but also the arts of magical invocation, bind runes, spells, talismans, all of which can be achieved using the power of the runes. This is an excellent study which will not overface the student with irrelevances, packed with information on the power of the runes. Interesting. So it says it's meant for beginners. I'm not a beginner, but I believe there's always something new that you can learn. So we will see how much I will learn within these 50 pages. Okay, the 4th one is Plant Spirit Healing, a guide to working with plant consciousness by Pam Montgomery. It's this one. I saw the title and I was like, yes, I need that. Because you can't see it here, but I have like, I think 100 plus plants in my home. I love plants. I want to at some point have a huge garden where I can grow vegetables and fruits and herbs and stuff. I try it on the balcony, but the balcony doesn't really get much sunlight, so it doesn't work that well. So yeah, I thought that was awesome for me, especially also because I'm really interested in energy healing in general, like energy healing, shamanism, everything around that. I'm really interested in. What does the blurb say? Oh wow, it's pretty long. Indigenous healers and shamans have known since antiquity that plants possess a spirit essence that can communicate through light, sound, and vibration. Now scientific studies are verifying this understanding. Plant spirit healing reveals the power of plant spirits to join with human intelligence to bring about profound healing. These spirits take us beyond mere symptomatic treatment to align us with the vast web of nature. Plants are more than their chemical constituents. They are intelligent beings that have the capacity to raise consciousness to a level where true healing can take place. In this book, herbalist Pam Montgomery offers an understanding of the origins of disease and the therapeutic use of plant spirits to bring balance and healing. She offers a process engaging heart, soul, and spirit that she calls the triple spiral path. In our modern life, we are increasingly challenged with broken hearts, souls in exile, and malnourished spirits. By working through the heart, we connect with the soul and gain access to spirit. She explains that the evolution of plants has always preceded their animal counterparts, and that plant spirits offer a guide to our spiritual evolution, a stage of growth imperative not only for the healing of humans, but also for the healing of the earth. That sounds awesome. I am really interested in that book. Unfortunately, I'm already reading 3 books at the same time, and within our coven we will start a book club, for which I have bought the one book that I didn't get from the thrift shop, which I could have gotten there because it's very common, because it's Neil Gaiman's Norse Mythology. Shame on me, I have not read that one yet. I heard that it's awesome. Yeah, I had the honor to be the first one for our book club to decide what we are reading, so of course I wanted that one. I will read the blurb to you. Before the beginning there was nothing, no earth, no heavens, no stars, no sky, only the mist world, formless and shapeless, and the fire world, always burning. The great Norse myths, which have inspired so much modern fiction, are dazzling retold by Neil Gaiman. Tales of dwarves and frost giants, of treasure and magic, and of Asgard, home to the gods. Odin, the All-Father, highest and oldest of the Aesir, his mighty son Thor, whose hammer Mjolnir makes the mountain giants tremble. Loki, wily and handsome, reliably unreliable in his lusts, and Freya, more beautiful than the sun or the moon, who spurns those who seek to control her. From the dawn of the world to the twilight of the gods, this is a thrilling, vivid retelling of the Norse myths from the award-winning best-selling Neil Gaiman. Very interesting. Will be the first book about Norse mythology that I'm reading in English, because you can get so many awesome Norse mythology books in German that I don't really feel like I need to read them in English, but I heard this one is awesome and Neil Gaiman is awesome, so I thought this one would be good for our book club, to also show Norse mythology to my coven siblings. Yeah, the second to last book that I got was Mansions of the Moon for the Green Witch by Moura. This one. I also have her Green Witchcraft books and her Green Witch grimoire. I unfortunately didn't get to read it yet, which is sad because I've also heard that it's awesome. But yeah, that's why I wanted to get this one too. I had already searched for that one at the thrift store, but I couldn't find it. So when I saw that this one was now available, I had to get it. Let's read the blurb. The only book available that demonstrates how to use the mansions of the moon in witchcraft. And Moura, the author of the popular Green Witchcraft series, is back with a new, one-of-a-kind book on lunar magic. This is the only guidebook available that uses mansions of the moon correspondences to empower aspect rituals and spellwork. The moon goes through 28 distinct mansions, or sections of the sky, as it travels through the 12 signs of the zodiac. Each mansion is appropriate for certain types of magic, as described in the ceremonial magic books such as Agrippa's 3 Books of Occult Philosophy or Barrett's The Magus. Now, this esoteric information is available to witches, complete with suggested workings for both the waxing and the waning lunar phase in each mansion. Moura provides the tools, the instructions, and examples of how to utilize the mansions of the moon to add depth and potency to your spells and rituals. More than 100 workings are given, including candle spells, charm bags, meditations, magical oils, talismans, amulets, incense, teas, and much more. As an astrology nerd, this will be awesome. I am really excited. I can't wait to read it. I don't know how I will be able to decide which one I will read first. That will be so hard, but I will have to. And let's come to the last one, which is also about Norse paganism. It's The Way of Fire and Ice, The Living Tradition of Norse Paganism by Ryan Smith, this one. I have also heard about this one, that it's good. And I think it's pretty new, at least it looks very new. Oh, it's from 2019, so it's really new actually. Awesome. Awesome that I got this one secondhand when it's that new. Crazy. Especially I'm always really baffled that I will find English books in a German book thrift online shop. Strange, but I don't want to complain. I love it. The blurb. The blurb says, a radical new take on Norse paganism. The Way of Fire and Ice reimagines Norse paganism with mystical practices and rituals for today's world, as well as tips for building community and resisting fascism. Awesome. I read that. Awesome. This approach to working with Norse deities and beliefs is a living, adaptable tradition representing a strong alternative to the reconstructionist perspectives of Asatru and heathenry. In these pages, the old ways come alive in a radically inclusive form. You will explore the secrets of the world tree and the mysteries of the gods, work with the many spirits around us, and feel the deep rhythms that drive all life while creating new songs of power. You will also discover how to make these practices part of your every waking moment, developing your own personal spirituality and building healthy, sustainable communities along the way. This sounds awesome. This sounds really awesome. I'm very hyped to read it. And also I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, if I have like a wrong feeling, but I feel like books about modern Norse paganism, not like traditional Asatru and stuff like that, are pretty rare. So I'm really hyped to read that, especially because it has mentioned like resisting fascism, being inclusive, everything that I want to be and everything that I am hopefully already. Yeah, really happy that I found that. And yeah, that were all the books that I got. Quite a lot. As I said, tell me in the comments if I should do any book reviews on any of these books, because I would be glad to make book reviews, because as I said, I'm a book nerd. I just love reading about stuff. So if you want reviews, then tell me in the comments and I will gladly do it. As always, feel free to subscribe and give a thumbs up, and follow me on Instagram and on TikTok, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!